Okay, here we are. You had your time to think about the question, and the answer is
Mm, and I think that it was some kind of irrational belief or something, you know, uh, made up in mind, something like that.
yeah, and that's why think about things is important because, like Socrates said, about maieutic is the way to distinguish what we create with our imagination, our emotional side, our fears or desires, from to distinguish that from reality. And in a way, for example, in your case, I would say that you had a paranoia in more than a fear. You see the difference between fears and paranoia? Which is it?
Yes, yes.
Which is the difference?
I think it's paranoia.
Yeah, but
But
which is the difference between paranoia and
the
fear?
I think paranoia is consistently there and it consistently blinds you. You can realize a fear and work on it, but uh, I think paranoia keeps blinding you.
Okay. Do you have another, Yash, you have another difference you see between the two concepts?
I think fear is a primary, uh, I don't know, emotion, whereas paranoia is something when this fear is magnified or it is more, it goes beyond certain threshold and it influences majorly our decision making and the way we perceive reality.
Okay, so you are using the category of quantity in order to distinguish paranoia from fear, right? If it's
Yes.
too much, it's a lot, it's paranoia. If it's normal, it's fear, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
if I remember correctly, Yamini used the concept of time in order to distinguish. When it's
Yes.
always there, is a paranoia. When sometimes is there, is more fear. Is that correct, Yamini? Okay,
Yes.
yeah, why not? So time is a way to distinguish paranoia from fear, quantity as well, like you said. And I will propose you a third concept in order to distinguish those ideas, which is the connection with reality. In a way, the fear is connected with something that we can see in the reality. For instance, if we see a lion in the room and we have fear, that's okay. Fear is a way to protect, is a in a way self-defense system, which is have which has which makes sense in a way, yeah. But if we have uh, fear when there is no uh, evidence, no objective danger, that's more paranoia than fear. So when there is a objective dangers is fear. When there is a subjective, not existent danger, is more paranoia. That's why I checked with Yamini why it was so terrible. If maybe it could be terrible, but she didn't give me any evidence of that terrible stuff. So that's why I thought that was more paranoia. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. So,
Yes.
but indeed, reasoning and dialogue is a good way to spot our paranoia. So when our fear are not connected with the reality. Yeah. So you are paranoid a bit, Yamini. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so that in this case, I am.
Is just in this case, or it's you see this paranoia in other moments or of your life?
No, I think it's mostly, related to this.
Okay, and why do you think you have paranoia just in this case? What's so special about this case?
Important aspects of my life, like something that you can work on and achieve. Others are quite more natural. This is also natural, but sometimes when there are external factors also, then there is more effort. But in other aspects, like when it comes to family or something else, like your relationship with people, it's more natural to me.
Okay, so try to summarize your answer in just one small sentence. What is so special about this area of your life, which is I think that we could call it the professional area of your life, right?
Oh, yes. So it's special because it requires more effort, as there are a lot of external factors involved, such as a set of rules or expectation of people or things like that.
Okay, but do you agree that you could have a job which is demanding and which implies a lot of expectation from others, and don't be paranoid?
Yes.
Okay, so do you agree if it's possible to think that you can uh, a person can find herself in the same situation as you but not to be paranoid? It means that the situation is not a good reason to be paranoid. It means that there is something else. It's not a good explanation. Do you agree? Okay, so try to
Yes.
find another explanation, because this one is a bit weak. It doesn't work, so much. It could work, but
Mhm.
it's something more, or something different.
Yeah, I think that something different would be that how you cope with such situation. Like you can flow with it, or you become paranoid and worry about it. Like if you're
Okay,
working and you're
and what makes someone paranoid instead to be more okay, like relaxed and flow with the situation? What makes a person more paranoid?
being obsessed about something. Like while you're working, you're not focusing on the work but something else. So you're actually not in the work, but somewhere else. Like you said that a mental paranoia, so it exists in your mind.
Okay, so again, what makes a person paranoid is the concept.
Being obsessed,
Oh,
obsession, I think.
okay, the obsession. Okay,
Hmm.
so you are obsessed about the goal or something about the you are studying for, right?
Yeah, for example, uh, this was another uh, feedback, that the idea of perfectionism, that while writing, I I was writing less because I wanted it to be right in some way. So the idea of perfection was not letting me write, or even if I did the work, I would not submit it until I would,
Yes. So
feel that it's done.
and that's why you get exhausted as well. You see?
Yes.
Because it's not just a problem of quantity, it's a problem of how much pressure you put on yourself when you do something because you're perfectionist. Now I
Yes.
see better why you have a energy problem, because you spend so much energy in in try to reach the perfection every time you do something. Yeah, am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not just quantity, it's to in a way kill your Buddha, kill your absolute idea of perfection. Yeah, why you laugh?
Hmm.
Why you laugh, Yamini?
Yeah, I agree, because I agree that that's right. That
Okay,
happens a lot.
because you seem happy when I said it.
I like the example of kill the Buddha. So
Why?
controversial.
Why you like this example? This is a
Um,
deep question, by the way, Yash. Why you like it? Or, for example, before when I ask what makes a person be paranoid was another deepening question, because I was trying to identify the reason. Yeah. So why you like the idea to kill Buddha? What's funny about that?
I find it funny every time I read it, because I
Yes,
think if
I see
Yash might
that.
agree that if you say it, Mhm.
I see that, but I'm curious to know about the reason why you find it funny.
Because if you would say it in India, I think that you will offend a lot of people.
Okay. And you like it, this idea that is offensive for a lot of people?
Yeah, it's funny to me that, yeah, they just don't think about it and they get offended. So some
Okay.
kind of dark humor, but I like it.
It's like when a, a child, you say like a bad word to a child, and the child laugh because he knows that he cannot, shouldn't be allowed to say that, but just because it's not allowed, you feel you find it funny. Yeah. So to say the kill the Buddha
Yes.
is a bit a taboo. There is something a bit offensive. It's better not to say. So when I say, you laugh, right? It's a bit out of the limits.
Yes.
Okay, because in there, I guess Buddha is sacred, right?
Yeah, mostly all gods are.
Okay, it's like to swear in the church, basically, to say kill the Buddha. Yes. Okay, but you see the idea. I mean, you see the idea of killing. Why is important in your case to be able to kill Buddha? Yes.
Yes, yes.
Why? Why you?
Because the idea of perfectionism, or the absolute we seek while doing our work, is an obstacle to what we are trying to do.
Yeah,
So it
exactly.
stops you from acting.
Yeah, in a way, it makes you impotent a bit. Or you, it
Mhm.
makes you exhausted. In a way, it's another way to get impotent, because when you're exhausted, you cannot do anything more, right? You're like, I'm dead. Yes.
Yeah.
So in that moment, you are impotent.
Yes.
So yes, you should lower a bit your expectation. You're ambitious again. Yeah, you want touch the sky. You want you want to be perfect. And that's a problem with thinking. Yes, because if you want perfection, thinking is not good. So in a way, you have
Yes.
to choose between perfection and thinking, because the two things, they don't go well together.
Yeah, yes, that's true.
Okay.
I'm trying to work on that.
Okay. I'm trying. It means that you didn't succeed yet, right? Okay. Okay.
I'll see that the
What? I didn't hear.
uh, the feedback for this week.
Yes. What about that?
I was just saying that I'll see that if I was able to, do it, be a bit less perfectionist and do it better.
By the way, I heard from a little bird that you tend to be out of time when you have to send your homework. Is that right?
Yeah, that's why I said the time management
Okay.
was
Okay.
one of the problem.
I heard it. And do you
That's
see?
why.
Do you see now the connection with the perfectionist or no?
Yes, I do.
Okay, could you explain like a bit?
Um, because while being trying to be perfectionist, that I was not writing enough, not generous with my words, not explaining enough, and even if I had done the work, I was not submitting it on time because I was not satisfied with it. So, and that became a problem for my mentor.
Okay. So you are a bit like Leonardo da Vinci. You know Leonardo da Vinci? He was a
Yes.
he was perfectionist, and he had a hard time to finish his works. You know, he had this habit to leave the work in halfway. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have the
I
same.
have that habit too.
Okay, I was about to ask you. You have problem with ending stuff, with finishing, right? So
Yes.
you don't. You have a hard time to conclude. You keep going, keep going, keep going until you're exhausted.
Yeah, I get exhausted and then I leave it in, I leave the end part that I can't do it anymore. So
Okay, so
I
in a
start
way,
something new.
to kill Buddha for you, it means to free yourself from this perfectionism illness. You see now? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
And in a way, you see how heavy is the life because of this perfectionism. Everything is about perfection,
Yes.
perfection, perfection is a kind of obsession, by the way. Yeah. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And you feel, in a way, you feel it must be very, yeah, tough to live like that, because every time you feel not to be good enough in order to reach that perfection. So you have to feel bad, right? No?
Yes, it does. Sometimes it's very upsetting. Like, because even
Yeah,
if you have done something good,
yeah. So you're never
you
satisfied,
don't
even if
feel like that you
you
have
do
done it.
something good. You're not never satisfied. Okay, you're lucky you're not depressed, because many people in your case would be depressed. So you're strong.
Yeah, there's something that now I can also relate that another thing that uh, I heard was there's a lack of joy in the work or responses. So, and I thought about it a lot. And then first I thought that, maybe the work reflects what it is. So it's okay that if there is no joy, then if the work is reflecting that. But now I see that maybe because of this perfectionism or something like this, there is a lack of joy also,
Yes. Yeah.
or because of the approach towards the things I was doing.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, the lack of joy is a consequence. Another consequence, it could be the addiction. You see how?
Addiction to n- addiction to what?
To anything. Could be work, could be love, could be drugs, could be sport, could be anything. You see why I propose you the idea of addiction or no?
Yeah, now I see that maybe because it can be an escape.
Explain how it can be an escape.
Like if you have lack of joy, then you find something that keep it to something.
I have a bad
And
connection today, so I just heard the first part of the sentence. Could you repeat it?
uh yeah, if you then you get addicted to something else that uh, helps you escape from the reality and not
Yeah.
experience the joy.
Yes, exactly. You don't have joy in your life, and you find another way to get it, which is a parallel world, which is a compensation of your, uh, yeah. Yeah. So you know this experience a bit in somehow, or no?
Yeah, I would say yes.
Okay. So you see, everything makes sense. Yeah. So in a way, to kill the Buddha, in your case, it would mean also to stop to be addicted to, I don't know, maybe the job. You seems a person addicted to the job. Yeah, are you a bit? Is the job your drug?
Yes, sometimes yes.
Sometimes, yeah. It's like yes, just sometimes a bit of heroin. Sometimes, yes. Okay,
Yes.
okay. So, what did you like about our discussion so far? Or if there is something you like, or maybe something you didn't like?
No, I things I liked were that now there is a connection between all the things, and that's the good part about analytical dialogue. That first I had those things, and now I can make sense of all of them. The second is that when you talk about such things, you also get validation. You get validation that this is something sensible and how you can work towards it. So that's how something like this, i I find it helpful whenever I can talk about such things. So yeah, in these two are the main ones, and then what you said and in the entire conversation, like kill the Buddha or not be perfectionist, things like that are helpful. So it's good for me.
Okay, and yes, yes, yeah, but it's not hard to. It's not easy to stop uh, idolize the Buddha in a way. Yeah,
Idealize, you mean
idolize.
idealize?
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah. So in a way, there is a threaten in killing the Buddha, but there is a cathartic action as well. Yeah, it's like Freud. He speaks about killing the father. It's something like that. Yes, of course, it's symbolically done. I mean, you don't have to go around to look for the Buddha to kill. Yeah, Yeah, okay.
And
Yeah,
the best part is that Buddha will not be, won't mind being killed like this. Uh, this is not an act of violence, you know?
yeah. I mean, it's a bit, there is a bit of violence, but it's something that you have to do to yourself in a way. Yeah, you have to free yourself from this belief
Yes.
of perfection. So in a way, you have to kill a part of yourself. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, yeah,
Symbolic death.
yeah, exactly, yes. And by the way, that is a bit. There is a connection with the idea of dying that Plato proposed in Phaedon, which says that in order to think, you have to die, and die it means that also that you have to stop to desire, stop to fear in a way, because if you desire and you fear, you are more in the emotional level than in a thinking level. And in a way, even this conversation we had is a way to, yeah, to die, to kill a part of yourself that doesn't let you thinking, doesn't let you enjoy the process of thinking, because you look for something, you're ambitious, you want to the solution of everything that of course doesn't exist, but you are still looking for it. Yeah. Okay. And
Yes.
Yash, by the way, Yash, I did this little dialogue with Yamini also to give you an example of the different type of question we can ask in a consultation. And usually the order is the qualification first, and then the deepening question. So sometimes I ask, I don't know if you noticed that, to Yamini to identify the problem. Yeah, that's clarification.
Yes.
Because if
Mhm.
the person has not, we don't have a, a, I mean, clarification about the phenomenon, we cannot explore the why. Because first we
Yes.
have to see the what, and then we go to the why. Yeah.
Mm.
So, for example, before I ask the problem, and then once we both have clear in mind what the problem is, we can go look for the reason. So
The
I ask
reasons.
what
Yeah.
you say. Yes. So sometimes I see that students or practitioners have the tendency to go to a faster on the why.
This
And
is something that I do also.
yeah, exactly.
Now I realize that it's not good, because you need to identify what is a matter as a substance, then
Yes.
you can go deeper into it.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's why to be slow is better than to be fast, because if you go too fast, you could miss the what. And but
Mm.
without the what, it makes no sense to find a why, you see? So
Yes.
you
Yes.
keep going deeper, but you don't even know what you are trying to look at, to understand,
Mm.
because you
Yes.
miss the
Yes.
phenomenon. Yes.
Mm. Yes,
So
I got it, because sometimes I meet people and I try to have some mini consultation with them at the shop or at the street.
yeah, nice.
So I go directly with the why question. And then I say something is not good, something is missing. I try to figure it out, and then I do it again, the same thing. But now I realize during this conversation why is it important to get the meat first, then you eat it.
Yes, exactly. So it's like in a I don't know, in a lunch. It's like to, if you wanted to have the dinner, sorry, the dessert before the first plate. Yeah,
Mm, yeah.
there is the first plate, the second, and then the dessert. So
Mm,
if you go too fast, you risk to miss some food.
Yes.
Okay, okay, nice. But anyway, today we were supposed to work on a collective consultation, but since we are just three people, and you are two, I propose we can do a little exercise of short consultation. So I make you choose if you prefer to have a short coach consultation. You know already what it means, coach consultation, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Or if you prefer to have like your own consultation for a few minutes, and then we work on the meta level. We speak about feedback and stuff. So we have 40 minutes left, 45, let's say. So we could do uh, 10 minutes consultation, and then we discuss for like 10 minutes, and then we do another time. Yeah.
Mhm.
Is that okay with you, Yamini and Yash? Yeah.
Yes, fine with
Okay.
me.
So first, who want to be the philosopher? You're both smiling, but you're not choosing.
Okay,
Okay, good.
Okay, Yamini
I
took
I
over.
would.
You want to be the philosopher, so you're gonna be the clients the first small session, Yash. And Yamini, you prefer do by yourself or you prefer a coach consultation? Which means that you're gonna
Coach,
discuss a bit with me every time before you ask a question. Which one?
yeah, coached consultation.
Coach consultation. Okay, so
Coached.
yes, understood, coach. Let me send you the link of the Google Doc. And meanwhile, Yashi, you could think for the question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since you are slow, I give you some time.
Yes.
So, okay, I put in the chat the link of the Zoom. So once you have the question in your mind, Yash, you can write it down in the doc.
Mhm. Yeah. I have a question here.
Okay, can you read it?
Yeah. Why do I occasionally like to think of the past?
Okay, thanks. Now we work a bit with Yamini. So, Yamini, what do you see or what do you
Yeah,
think about this question? Any comments, any observations?
I think that thinking of past probably bothers him, and I would like to ask him that does thinking of past bother him?
Wait, so why you think that it bothers to him the past? What makes you think that?
Um, First of all, I think that if you're bringing something like that to a consultation, then there is something that is bothering you, or you want to think about it. And
Yes, but
second,
yes.
because
Go ahead. Yes.
yes, second, because he's looking for a reason that why he does so. If it doesn't bother him, he might not have been looking for a reason that why do I think about it, or
Okay,
why do I like to think about it.
what you're saying makes sense, but do you see something strange in his question that could make you think a bit different? Look
Something
at it.
strange is that the word like,
Exactly. Like is positive or is negative?
it's like it's trying to conceal something.
Yeah, but okay, stay with me. Is more positive or is more negative when you say I like something?
Positive.
Positive. So here, at least in what he's saying in the question, thinking to the past is positive or is rather negative in his question?
I would say that thinking of the past is negative.
Okay, but why you say that? Do you have any evidence in the question that make you okay, you told me already that there is a why and is asking that question, so most likely could be a problem. But don't forget to see, to watch, to contemplate the question, because maybe you're right, but even if you're right, it would be interesting to explore this like. You agree? If I say, why do I
Yes.
like ice creams? Do you think that ice creams,
Mm-hmm.
maybe ice cream is a problem for me, but at the same time, the problem is not ice cream, is that I like ice
Mm-hmm.
creams. Yes? You see?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. I see. And uh, but I think that uh, i- if most probably the answer would be that yes, it bothers him, then we can ask that, then why would you say that you like it? So
Okay.
that was
But
what I was
first,
thinking.
I want to follow you, and let's. Maybe you have this idea that is a problem for him. Maybe it's true, but since it's a bit strange, dislike, I would suggest you to try to have a confirmation of this idea you have. Otherwise, you risk to impose your idea. Yes. So try to think to a question that could get that confirmation of that idea you have.
Okay, so maybe that do you like to think about the past,
Okay, but
as you say?
in that case, I mean, we know that already, right? Or no?
Yes.
Why do you we know already?
And because he states that in the question, that why do I like, that means it is already happening, and that's why he's looking for a reason.
Okay, exactly. Is the distinction we have made so before between the what and the why. Here in the question, the what is there is liking, thinking of the past occasionally, yeah, but he's looking for a
Mm-hmm.
why.
Yes.
Okay, maybe we could try to explore a bit the phenomenon, because okay, he is presenting the phenomenon occasionally thinking to the past, but we don't know that much what it means for him thinking to the past. So maybe before to go to the why, we could try to explore the what. Yeah. So which question would you propose to him in order to clarify the what?
I have two questions. That
Okay.
one would be what do you like?
Okay,
Would you like?
write it
Can you
down. Write
think
it down. Yes.
And the second would be that can you give an example of something that you like to think about of from your past?
Okay, write
For
both them
looking
down.
for example.
Okay, write them down. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I just suggest you that it's important to try to use the same words that the client is proposing to us. And you did, but for example, he wrote off the path and you change him
No.
from the past. So I think it's better to use the same words. Otherwise, maybe it's not the case of Yash, but you may find some client that they are picky and they want to escape your question, and they could tell you, I didn't say from, I said off, which is different. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't think it's the case because Yash doesn't seem a person who want to escape so much, but I think it's a good habit to use the same words. It's the mirroring effect, by the way. Yeah. To even it's important to make the other person listen to his own words. Yes. Okay. So which one you prefer?
The first one.
So what do you like to think
What?
about of your past? About your past.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Yash.
Yeah. I like to think of the time I spent with my childhood friends.
Okay. Write it down the answer, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. So Yamini, what do you think about Yash's
Yes.
answer?
I don't know. I find it a bit confusing.
Why are you confusing?
Because if I would think of it in a common sense way, that uh, why would I like to look for a reason for something like thinking of my childhood? So it's it, it's not something that I look for a reason for.
You mean it's strange to ask such a question about this phenomenon?
Yes.
Why is strange?
The strange part is the formulation of the question. I- because it seems like that there's already an answer there, but it's not. Like, because in a common sense, you I'd like to think of childhood because I had a good time, but on the second interpretation that I can find is, and maybe I'm not having the same kind of leisure time or freedom or enjoyment in currently in my life. That is why I keep going back to
Okay,
that time.
okay. So maybe that could be the case. Yes. So why you think it's strange?
Yes.
Let's think about if I think about the past and I like it, I ask why I do it. Makes sense that I ask that such a question or no?
Yes, it makes, if you are if you are a curious person, you are an intellectual person, then you can ask a question like this.
Yeah, but at the same time, it can revelate a problem that is not immediately there, is a bit hidden. Yeah.
Yes,
And what do you think is the problem hidden in Jan's question?
that the current life is stressful.
It's stressful. Why do you conclude that?
I conclude that because from the starting of the workshop and now from this question, uh, I see a comparison that if somebody keeps revisiting the past, then there is there's something there they want to get back to.
Ah, okay. Okay. So there is something missing in his life, you think? Okay.
Yes.
So, and by the way, how would you define a person who occasionally likes thinking of the past in one word?
Mm,
Come on, don't think too much. It's easy.
nostalgic.
Okay, nostalgic, exactly. Yeah, it's nostalgia. You see, and you know in English,
Yes.
nostalgia is also said. I think homesick or sick home, something like that.
Oh, yes, yes.
You
It
know,
makes sense.
yeah. So there
No, but
is
it makes sense.
why does it make sense?
Because in nostalgia you miss something, you want to get back to something, and
Yes,
homesick is some.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. And it was the sick the illness of soldiers. You know, the soldier were somewhere to fight the war, and they sometimes they got this nostalgia, this they felt this sick because they miss so much home. Yes. So in a
Yes.
way, you see, by exploring the phenomenon, you have a clue in order to try to hypothesize the problem here. So in a
Yes.
way, the home is a far away. Yeah, you see that, Yamini?
Yes.
That's why it's a
Yes.
problem.
Yes, I see. Yes.
That's why he likes
That's why
thinking
it's a
to the
problem.
past. It's a way to connect himself with the home, which is far away. You
Mhm.
see? Yeah. By the way,
Yes.
Yamini, uh, I think you have good intuition, but I see that your tendency to go too fast. You see that?
Yes, yes,
And that's why it's important to
yes.
slow down a bit and to contemplate the question. Otherwise, you miss. You project. You have the risk to project something from yourself, of yourself. Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes, that's true. Yes.
yeah, and I suggest you sometimes to ask for confirmation, like from the client, let's say. Otherwise, you risk to project something on him, yeah, because you are a bit too fast. So either you slow down, either you go with your intuition, but you remember to check it out. You're frozen.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, nice. So I think okay, it would be interesting to go to to go on, but let's ask Yash. You prefer we go on with the consultation with Yamini and you as a client, or you prefer to switch?
It's good to switch.
Okay, nice. So let's stop it here. And just I propose you have like 5 minutes of like feedback and discussion about this little short exercise. So first, Yamini, what do you think about what you have done?
Yeah, I think that that you said that I should slow down, and this happens with me in mostly in the consultation, that I have conclusions, I have solutions, and I am trying to always hold myself to go slowly and let the other person realize it, or get to it on their own. So that has been difficult for me. And in this case also, that I develop this all kinds of intuitions, but sometimes I get stuck that what should I ask next, because I have already concluded.
Yeah, but you
So
see, you are too
it is a
worried
good
to do.
exercise.
You are too worried to do something. And sometimes you have to stop, be worrying about to do something and to see what there is in front of you, because the answer in a way is already
Yes.
there. You have just to see it. Yeah. But if you are a bit obsessed with the doing, you risk to miss some good important information.
Yes.
So that's why I told before, Yash, that in this work it's important to be slow, because it's like when you go to in a train, when the train is go, or in a car, when the car is fast, you try to look out in beside you, and you see many things, but you doesn't catch anything. It's too fast. Yeah. So here, if you slow down, you see more. You see? And that's why it's important to
Yes.
enjoy the process. But what I saw to you, that you are a kind of in a rush because you are trying to solve the problem instead of contemplating the problem. Yeah? You want to solve it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so forget about solving. We are not psychologists. We are not doctors. We are not supposed to solve anything. On the contrary, we are supposed to create some problems in order to stimulate the thinking of the others. So don't be
Yes, and not do their thinking work.
okay. So don't be like a mother who want to help the child to be good, because here we are supposed to make the other person think, which is not comfortable, which means that we are supposed to create problems or to find problem or to challenge the person. Yeah. Okay. Yash, you have a comment?
Yes, I think with the question, the why question doesn't necessarily mean there is a problem. It could be out of curiosity. Somebody's asking, and I think the catchword here was a like, which you rightly mentioned about, and I think in general, Yamini already made up her mind, and there is some kind of projection that happens. So I don't know. It may be called confirmation bias. So she
Yeah.
already has something, and she would like to make this confirm. So I see this tendency in her approach.
Yeah, you see that for Yamini, it's important to be. She want to be sure. Yeah, so
Mhm.
she tends to apply some rules in a rigid way. I mean, in general, she's right that if someone is asking for a why question, is because most likely he has a problem or she has a problem with it. But in this question, in this very question,
Mm.
there was that was a bit strange with this interpretation. So that's why it's important to be available to the questions and not to apply rigidly to any principle. Yeah. Okay, a principle can be useful, but we are supposed to have a flexible relationship with the principle. Otherwise, we are just workers. We don't think. Yeah, we apply principles, but that's not thinking. Yeah. So, but she wanted to be sure straight
Mm.
away, and she didn't let herself the time to contemplate, to observe the strangeness or the, let's say, the specific elements of the questions you raise. Yeah,
Mhm.
and yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You wanna add something? Okay, okay. So we've spot that you miss home basically. Yes, you like that idea?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're far away from home. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm far away, and that's true. She mentioned about being nostalgic, but I've been a dreamer since childhood, so I like to dream, think of things, you know. So I think what I miss is the freedom that she also mentioned about, the playfulness. But
Yeah.
I discovered this playfulness in our thinking exercises. I'm happy with that.
In a
But
way,
otherwise,
through practice, to the philosophical practice, you are getting home a bit again.
yes, yes,
The joy of the child who is playing. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's an important part of the practice. The joy, by the way, the joy of thinking. Yeah.
mm, yeah,
So in a way, you are more efficient in thinking if you if you are able uh, to be joyful during the process.
mhm,
Then,
mhm,
if you are busy, like if you should complete a job, yeah.
mm,
So in a way, practicing could be a way to go back home.
yes, 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 yeah.
Yes. Okay. Nice. And by the way, maybe that explains also why you tend to be slow. You see the
I'm
connection?
very slow, and I often hear, especially at home, my wife would tell me, "You're too slow. How slow?" And she's very quick. She's contrary to me. I take all my time to do if there's no urgency, I'll take all my time. But if there's urgency, then I'll do it quickly.
Yeah, yeah. But do you see a connection between to be slow and to be nostalgic or no?
Yes.
Which one?
Yeah, when I'm slow, it allows me time to go through those memories. It's like
Yeah,
reliving.
you see, you carry a lot from the past. The past is still is present in everything you do. So
Yes, yes.
that's why there is heaviness, by the way, because you are not just in the moment. You in every moment you are connected with another moment before. Yeah.
Yes,
So it's your way to stay connected with your home. Yeah.
yes, yes.
And so you need to be slow in order to carry on this bag luggage of memories that you have.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Makes sense. Yeah. It's aesthetically it's very beautiful, the system. Yeah, because it's coherent and it's nice.
Yes, nice. I don't see any problem in going into the past and back to the present. I mean, lots of people will tell me you're not being in the present. You have to be fully in the present. But I don't see life without memories. Without memory, even the present would be impossible in some sense.
Yeah, but you I mean there are at least two way in order to connect with home is keeping and refreshing all the memories you have about it. Yes. Or like
Yes.
you are doing here, that you experience a practice that make you joyful and make you experience the same or a similar joy that you experienced while you were a child. So in the
Yes.
second case, you don't need to collect every time all the memories, and you are lightness. You are lighter. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah.
it's not a problem in absolute to have a lot of memories, but it could be a problem if those memory doesn't let you be enough available to what you're supposed to do, or to what you want to do in your present.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, you see. So yeah, but just it's funny to explore this system. Yes, and once
Yes.
you enjoy it, I think it's already a lot because you understand it and you can see maybe the weak points of that system. Every system gets some weak points, by the way. So don't be surprised that even your system has some weak points. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay, nice. Was in funny. Yes, interesting. Okay, so now it's your turn, Yash.
Yeah.
Be the philosopher. So try to leave your past away from now, from the present, and
Yes.
let's listen the question of Yamini.
Should I write it?
Yes. Okay. Could you read it?
Why do I worry?
Okay. Nice. So, Yash. By the way, we don't have so much time, but have you seen that in your case we had just one question and one answer, and uh, the system that your thinking system was spot a bit, yeah. So I want to what I mean is that you don't need to ask for many information in order to see the other thinking some, but just the right, there is not the right question, but if you are able to catch all the information there are already in the question and in the next answer, it's enough. So we don't need to go for the quantity, but it's better to go for the quality, to use Yamini words that used before. Yes. Okay. Anyway, so what do you see in her question?
I see. She wants the reasons for being worried. That's why she asks, "Why do I worry?" And
But usually,
I think
why do people want to know reasons for something? Usually,
they want to have better understanding and also to find solutions.
okay. So here, worry is good or is bad? For
Worry, yes, worry can be good because it makes a person think and to get solutions.
Okay, but do you think in the client system, in the Yamini system, is asking a question because he's happy with her worries, or is not happy?
No, she's not happy.
Okay, so you were about to project your system in her system before she did the same to you. You see?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so your why was different than her why now. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that's important. Pay attention not to project your system. Yeah. Okay, that's why it's very important to know your system,
Mm.
because if you know your
Okay.
system, you are more aware when you are projecting your system to the other. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so war is a problem. Yes, and she asking
Yes.
why, which means that she want what?
She wants to find ways of not worrying. So, yeah,
Okay.
she wants to stop worrying.
Exactly. She wants a solution for this problem, which means that
Yes.
she has a problem that she cannot solve by herself. She cannot stop worrying. It means that she has a problem with limits. Yeah, she cannot help herself to not to do it. Yeah. And okay, so what do you do? What do you want to ask to Yamini?
I would ask what she's worried about.
Okay, so you want to give some to get some substance, some concreteness from, because
Yes.
it's a bit abstract. Why do I worry?
Yes.
You don't know what about is she's worrying. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, nice. So what question would you propose to her?
I propose what are you worried about?
Okay, nice. Yes, write it down. Yeah, usually the easiest question is one of the best one. So yeah. Okay, you have something else, or you notice something else in the question, maybe?
I had another question about the time, whether she's worried most of the time, but I thought that I better ask uh, what is the object of this worrying, whether it's professional, could
Okay.
be, yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I just give you some insights about some presupposition we could get from the question. For example, the question, she asked a question about herself. You notice that?
Yes.
Okay, so there is a bit of self-centered system.
Subjectivity. Yes.
Yes, she could ask for anything, but she's worried with herself mainly.
Yes.
No? There is I, and maybe
She's self-focused.
yeah, exactly. It's a bit she's obsessed a bit with herself, could be, yeah. And plus she's intellectual because she's asking for reason. Usually why question is an intellectual question, yeah. So you see how many information just with 4 words, yeah. So intellectual, self-centered, problem with limits, problem with stopping herself. Yes, so we could usually, if you get a questions, you could get 10 15 presupposition, but let's keep those presuppositions. Now you want to go with that question?
Yes.
Okay, so ask her.
Yeah. So what are you worried about?
Things that are expected of me or I'm supposed to do.
Okay, Could you write it down? Okay. So, Yash, what do you say about the answer?
I would also what I see is she has problems in meeting expectations or demands.
Okay.
So I would
So let's go with that. Expectation is a problem in our life, right?
yes.
Okay. But usually, which kind of people have problem with expectations?
People who have too many things to do. They can't manage time.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
People who
about?
are more into
Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, people who are more into thinking, reflective people. Yeah.
I would go. I would say more overthinking than thinking people.
Yes. Yes.
They tend
Yeah,
to
because worrying is related with overthinking.
overthinking. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
And plus, I would say that usually people have a problem with the expectation when they have high expectation, too high expectation. And which
Yes.
kind of person have too high expectations?
Competitive persons,
Okay.
ambitious persons. Yeah.
Anxious, competitive. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Ambitious. What about ambitious?
Ambitious. Yes, ambitious. Yeah, goal-oriented people. What I
Exactly.
could.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see how many information we can get just with a normal and simple answer. Yeah. So now,
Yes.
what would you suggest to ask?
Mm, I would ask, uh, mm, I'm stuck here. I wanted to ask a problematization question, but then I thought that it's not the right time. I wanted to ask, what if you're not able to meet expectation, but then the answer is already given.
You see, you are here. You are going a bit too fast here,
Too
because I mean,
fast. Yes.
the problematization is good to problematize, but before to problematize, it must be clear the paradigm of the person to her. Yeah. So if you want to problematize, but the paradigm is not that clear, it's a bit too fast. It's a bit too early. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
I suggest you to follow the simple rule that before the what, then the why, and then the problematization. Yeah.
yeah.
The paradigm shift. Okay. So you have 3 steps before the
Yeah. So here I would ask, are you a competitive person?
Okay, you're proposing because okay.
Mhm.
I suggest you, when you don't know what to ask, there are some questions you can do anytime. For example, you can ask because now you are proposing a proposition to her.
Yes,
You
yes.
pick off from the answer, right?
Mm.
But because we are supposed to make the other person think, you could easily ask, do you see any presupposition in your own answer? So you push the other
Mm.
person to think herself to the
Okay.
presupposition. And if she's not able to find it, you can propose it. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's I mean, but
Okay.
okay,
That's a good approach.
we can go even with yours. It's a bit, let's say, it goes faster, your question, because you presuppose that she sees these presuppositions, which is may not be the
Mm.
case, but you can risk a bit. And but you have
Mhm.
to be aware that you can that the person is not following the track, the thinking track you are in mind. Yeah. So
Mm. Yes,
what we're gonna
yes.
do? Okay. So which question, and then we see the answer, and then we stop.
Okay. Mm, I would go for the presupposition question. So I would ask, so Yamini, are you aware of any presupposition in your answer?
Okay.
Uh, Let me think for a few seconds. Should I write or I
Okay. Yeah.
say? Okay.
I will write the question.
Okay. Can you read it, Yamini?
Mm.
Yeah, that I am conscious or afraid of other people. Oh, other people's expectations.
Okay, okay. I suggest we stop here, but before, I just wanna let you explain your answer, Yamini. So try to explain to Yash why you answered like that.
I answered because uh, mm, if I see the question, the answer a bit objectively, it seems like that, you are unable to meet, you're worried about the expectations because um the one reason that Yash mentioned that you are unable to meet them, or the other I see that it is a problem for you because of the presence of the others, uh, like you you think too much about them.
Ah,
So because the first one was already mentioned, so I wrote this one.
okay, nice.
Mm.
Yash, just a final comment. What do you think about her explanation? If you should describe our system, what would you say?
Firstly, there are two things here, one being conscious and the other is afraid. So I would have asked firstly her to choose one of those two.
Okay.
And secondly, somebody who is affected by the presence of the other means she's not being herself, she's not comfortable, she's not aware, in fact, of herself. It's like the other is controlling her in some way. She's under control of the other.
But you see now that we got an information that explain why she overdoes. Remember that she overdoes. She said it.
Yes.
So she prepares so much. Yeah.
Mm.
And did you see why? Oh no.
Can you say it again? She?
Do you see why she tends to do too much in her life? Do you have an explanation from this answer or no?
Yes, in fact, she wants to meet the standard of placed by the other. So she wants to meet the demand of the other, in fact.
Yes, but why she want to do that?
To get what you call recognition, to get accepted.
Okay, but she mentioned the fear. She's afraid of others.
Yes, she mentioned about being afraid of others, people's expectation.
Okay, but when you are afraid of something or someone, it means that you perceive as danger, right?
Yes.
So other people are dangerous for her.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why she does so much, because it's like if she needs to protect herself by overdoing.
Yes. So she gets so engaged with doing much, she forgets the other, in fact.
Say again, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I'm saying she is so much engaged with doing many things.
Yes.
She disconnects from the other. That helps her to disconnect from the other, to forget the other.
Okay. Oh, you are saying that she's trying to avoid the others.
Yeah, she's so engaged with doing many things. That situation helps her to be separate or to be disconnected with the others.
Okay, interesting. So she's doing a lot, and is her way to escape from the others as danger. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Yes. You see, just one answer, and we have many hypotheses. Now we don't have the time to explore these different hypotheses, but just for fun, Yamini, which hypothesis does speak to you the most? You listen, right? I think, yeah. Or you disconnect from us.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I was listening. Yeah, I think that this intimidation is there. Yeah, it's very interesting. Yes, I think it is there.
Okay, so it's possible that your overdoing is connected with this fear you have for others. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You see, yes, well done. I mean, just a few information, but a lot of thinking. And many students do the opposite. They try to get many information, but they don't do the thinking job. Yeah. So even one information is enough to think about. You see, it's already a lot. One information. Yeah. Okay, it was fun. So, what do you think about what we have done, Yash?
I think something interesting that today I learned is the transference that I've been doing. today I became aware of that. So you helped me becoming aware that sometimes I tend to put what I think my own framework on the other instead of discovering the other. And the order of questioning, I didn't know that the order of finding the what, then the why, then the problematization.
Yes.
So I used to do it like haphazardly. If I want, I would try problematization first or deepening first. But now I understand the importance of going in that order, and also how to explore the ideas with very few concepts, looking at the paradigm, the tendency, the interpretation. So all these things were there. So I like that. I'll practice that for some time because I find this very interesting to do. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, don't worry. Everyone has the tendency to project his own system. Is normal.
Yeah.
The practice help us in order to be aware when we do it and try to avoid that process a bit. Yeah? And as I told you before, if you are more aware about your own system you are in, you most likely have the chance to spot when you are projecting something to the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, it was funny because Yamini project you her system. Yeah. The why. Yeah.
Yeah.
In your case, you project your system to her, which the why is good. Yeah. Anxious is good. Anxious is very good.
Yeah.
Okay, it was funny. Yes, it was two nice examples of projection. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Yash.
Yeah, thanks.
Yamini, you wanna have final comments about even your experience as a consultant, as a client?
No, I actually enjoyed a lot. I think in the short consultation also there was so many things were revealed. So it didn't feel incomplete to me. In some way the short consultation was complete for me, and the entire workshop, I think that it was a bit necessary because we discussed the whole experience and everything that what's going on. So it was very helpful, and I think I connected so many dots in today's workshop. So
The puzzle
yeah,
is getting
thank you.
bigger now. The puzzle, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. By the way, you were speaking before about quantity and quality, and you see, if you go with the quantity, you have to sacrifice the quality, which is the thinking here. The quality, yeah. If you are too focused and too worried to collect things, you don't think to the things, yeah. So that's why to be greedy is it could be a problem in thinking, because when you're greedy you want a lot, but here you don't need a lot. On the contrary, it's better to avoid a lot, because in a lot of information you risk to lose your thinking. Yeah. And by the way, you see how many information you can get from just one or two observation of the question, of the answer. Yeah. So less another time.
Yes.
You less is yes. Okay, so Yamini, yes, thank you. Was funny, at least for me. I enjoyed, and
To you too. Yeah.
I guess I see you sometime in the future.
Yeah.
Not in the past, in the future. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good day.
Okay. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Yamini.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Andrea. Bye.